Hello and welcome. It's Alessandro here from alemontalto.com. In today's video, I want to talk to you about an important factor that can really help you prevent a remote work burnout: setting boundaries. I'm going to cover a lot of topics. Specifically, I'm going to reply certain questions such as: what's a boundary? Why is it so important in the context of remote work? And why is it so important in order to prevent a burnout? So why is it so strictly connected to our well-being? What is a boundary? What do we mean when we talk about boundaries? Well, definitely it's nothing physical, nothing tangible. It's nothing that you can touch or you can see. It's not a wall. It's not a way to be aggressive towards another person. What we mean with boundaries is needs. And I'm not talking about selfish and egoistic needs. So I'm not talking about our needs, for instance, to be in control. Everything needs to be as I want it. So I need everything to be as I expect it to be. No, here I'm talking about basic needs and really the needs that make us happy and fulfilled. In other words, I'm talking about the needs to be able to relax, the need to be focused and to really be applied to whatever task we are accomplishing, the needs for safety, the needs to feel heard and accepted and taken into account, the need to be helpful for our team and for our colleagues. Those are the kind of needs I'm talking about. Why is setting boundaries so useful and so important in the context of remote work? Well, because whenever you're able to set your boundaries much better, whenever you declare your needs, then you are paving the way for a great communication. And if you can communicate better, above all when you are working remotely, it means that you are treasuring those moments of interactions that you have. So the interaction is already difficult because it's online, it's not in person. If you really make the most out of those moments of interactions, then what you have is a much more meaningful connection with your team. This means an improvement in your sense of belonging to the group, also in the kind of work that you are doing, why you are doing that job. So this means that you are going to work with a completely different mindset. So you are going to even be more passionate because you also feel like belonging much more to your group. And this basically it makes everything easier. So it really improves your well-being. You can then easily see how setting boundaries can help you boost your remote work experience, because you won't only feel much better, but you will be a better person. And if you learn how to communicate better, so if you learn how to better communicate your needs, you're going to apply that tool in the other areas of your life. So you're going to be not only a better remote worker, but also a better person in general. Now, in order to reply the third question, how can I set my boundaries? My reply to this question is by following 4 simple steps. First step, learn to say healthy no. What do I mean with that? When we work remotely, we have like our family, our friends, our spouse, our kids, our colleagues, our team. So we have a lot of inputs. It's very, very difficult to say, okay, this is the time during which I work and this is the time during which I devote my energy and my time to something completely different. So I try to stop thinking about work and I devote my time to something completely different. When we work remotely, everything is mixed up. It's totally fine, it's part of working remotely, but the point is that we should learn how to prioritize and how to say, no, I don't want to enter in this other meeting, sorry, but maybe this is not so valuable for me. I need to be focused right now. I need to really devote a lot of energy to my task. Why is this meeting so important for me? And then we move on to the second step, that is mutual gain. What I mean with that is that in finding a way to compromise, you are basically telling the other person, let's meet halfway. You are telling the other person, I'm crystal clear about what I need. I would like you to respect my needs, but I would also like to listen to your needs. In this way, we are easily moving towards our third step. It is bend, but don't break. What I mean with that is that whenever we establish a healthy dialogue with another person, we are telling the other person that we are willing to bend our boundaries, but we don't want to break them. We are telling the other person that we are flexible, that we are willing to establish some compromise if that compromise is suitable for both people. This is what you can do. Those are the first 3 steps in order to set the boundaries. But then there is the 4th one, and it comes into play whenever the other person crosses the boundaries. The 4th one is love and care for yourself, because actually that's what setting boundaries boils down to. Whenever we love ourselves, whenever we truly care for ourselves, then we are fine in saying no. We are fine in looking for a dialogue. We are fine in telling the other person, listen, those are my needs. Okay, I can bend them, but I'm not going to break them. If you cross the boundaries that I set, so if you are basically harming me psychologically, emotionally, well, I'm just telling you this relationship is poisoned. This is a very unhealthy relationship, and I would really like to reconsider it because I value it. I value the relationship that I have with you. So please, let's start hearing each other's out. By loving and caring for yourself, I mean not in a selfish way. This step really goes hand in hand with all the other 3. This means that loving and caring for yourself is fine, it's perfectly fine, it's very healthy if you are looking for a real dialogue with the other person, and if you are looking for a mutual gain. So if you are taking the other person into account as well. Why is setting boundaries and this whole framework so important for our emotional and psychological well-being? Well, because by following these 4 steps, what you are going to do is discriminate much better between which tasks you really want to perform and which tasks don't really give you anything, but maybe they are just something that you can avoid at a certain stage and you can come and perform them later on. So you are going to have a better idea about what your priorities are, and you're going to be a much better team player. Why? Because you are going to look for an active dialogue. You are really going to listen to your colleagues' needs and to your own needs. In this way, you are going to be a much better team player. And in the final step, well, if you really learn how to love and care for yourself, you are going to spread that kind of atmosphere, that kind of mindset all around you. In the end, what this framework brings to you is teamwork, a sense of belonging, gratification, satisfaction. All those things, all those qualities are going to really improve the quality of your life. And in this way, you are going to really keep remote work burnout at bay. Why? Because you are choosing where to use your resources wisely. You are wisely choosing how to dispose of your time. You are learning how to love yourself and to listen to other people at the same time. So in this way, you are basically once again spreading, sorry if I repeat myself here, but this is a very, very important thing to understand, that by living a certain mindset, you are setting the example and you are showing other people how it can be done and how sometimes easy it is to embrace that mindset. So you are going to really establish a healthy remote work experience, a healthy remote teamwork, and you are going to feel much better. If you feel much better, then this means that you are minimizing the chances of having a remote work burnout. That's it for today. This is the framework that I really wanted to introduce you. Please let me know what you think about it. What do you do in order to keep burnout at bay? And feel free to share with me whatever feedback you find useful, you find valuable and meaningful. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments.